2020.
All right, let's get right back into it. He's Pat Donovan. I'm Aaron Jacobson. Yordan Alvarez has been one of the best hitters in all of baseball this year. So is Yandy Diaz. Yordan's got more power than Yandy Diaz. Yordan's younger than Yandy Diaz. Would look really dangerous in a lineup of Yordan Alvarez, Junior Caminero, Yandy Diaz and company. Jonathan Aranda and company. If you wanted to make that deal, and you're going to have to give up a lot to make the Astros and sway them on that deal. The Astros are fighting right now. They are not looking good. And if things start to fall off the rails, off the tracks, they might look to do a rebuild. And if you want to do a rebuild, if you're the Rays and you want Yordan Alvarez, you're going to probably have to trade a established player right now, and you're definitely going to have to trade prospects. So let's say prospects are in the deal, the ones that the Astros like, but you also have to give Yandy Diaz in that deal. You have to trade Yandy Diaz. You're going to have control of Yordan for this season and 2 more seasons after that. Forget about the price tag. Let's say the Rays' new ownership are all in and they want to pay it. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Or are you going to be the one to say, I'm turning it down. I love Yandy too much. He means too much to this team, to this clubhouse. He's productive. He's our 300 hitter. Why would you do that? I'll tell you why. Yordan Alvarez is different. There's guys that are they're a cut above. And Yordan Alvarez, as great as Yandy Diaz is, Yordan Alvarez is a cut above. He's in that top tier as far as I'm concerned. I'm doing it. And I know it sounds crazy because Yandy is one of, if not my favorite players on this team, the most productive guys. He just got his 1,000th hit yesterday. He's also aging, 6 years older than Yordan Alvarez. Am I crazy? 888-388-0957. I'll give the number again. You can tell me if I'm crazy here. 888-388-0957.
I don't think you're crazy. I don't necessarily agree with you. And the reason is I don't think that this is a World Series team. And I think this is the kind of move you make when you're a World Series team. I lean towards Houston not being into this at all.
Agreed.
Because of the age of Yandy Diaz. But let's say they were for a second. I still think this is the move you make to put you over the top and try to become a World Series contender. And as much as I love what's going on here right now, I just don't know if they're that yet. And I don't know, frankly, if they want to be that yet. And now Yandy Diaz 2 years from now, let's say he's still here, you're not getting the kind of value that you are for him now.
No.
But I still think this is the kind of trade you try to make if you're the Rays in 2028 instead of 2026. I think they do very much have their eyeball on opening that new ballpark with a roster that is really, really impressive. And I don't know that they want to give up assets now that could impact their ability to do it then. And I do think as much as I'm not saying they're going to sit on this team and not try to win in the meantime, but I do think that it's going to be all systems go, all assets looking towards let's be as good as possible in 2029. And that's why I think right now a move like this is very unlikely.
And I would agree with unlikely. And here's why I think it's a conversation that we have to have. The Rays are good enough right now where we are talking about, and whether you believe it, and Pat, you said you don't know or don't fully believe that they're ready to win it all this year. I'm not convinced they're not, right? Don't know for sure if they are. Didn't go into the season thinking they were. But the way I see things forming right now, unfortunately, Steven Matz going down doesn't help that cause. I think the Steven Matz-Martinez combo, especially with guys like Ryan Pepiot going down, innings pitch limit on Shane McClanahan.
You said the other day you're concerned about the depth and if they're deep enough to be able to maintain what they're doing throughout the season. If that's the case, if you're Eric Neander and you feel that way, you don't make a move like this.
I think that you get scared for sure if you are taxing your bullpen, which they are, and if you get any more injuries to the starting rotation, we've seen this before. The Rays, you're in a lot of trouble. They're going to get Boyle back. Guys are coming back for this team. Matt's hopefully got it early and detected it early, so 15 days will be it, hopefully for him. But overall, I do believe I'm looking at this team, and I'm looking at the American League, and it doesn't seem, and everything will change. 162 games. Teams that look bad now will look different. Some will emerge as the season goes on. They'll get better and more consistent. And it's up for the taking in the American League because everyone's at 500, basically. I think you will get to a point here where we will learn soon if the Rays are not getting hurt that this could be sustainable. And I personally don't want this new ownership group to wait. The stadium is very important. Hopefully the money comes in from both sides, public and private, which I expect it will at some point. You got to keep your eye on the prize. And this team right now is winning.
Yeah.
And you can take the American League. You got to have pitching to do it. And you might have to bolster that based on what happens throughout the season. But if you can
They're up to fourth with Vegas when it comes to odds to win the American League.
If you can add a big bat. Now, we did this with Nelson Cruz years ago. It did not work out.
Yeah.
And Yordan Alvarez is a unicorn that I don't know if you're going to be able to attain that. But there might be somebody else, and there might be a big name on the block, and you might have to entertain it if you're the Rays, and you might have to take a chance here. And if I was Eric Neander, if there was any year to take a chance, I would do it this year.
Why is this the year? If you say if there's any year to do it, why? Because I just told you why. I think that they look at it as 2028. Somebody texted in and was like, they don't want to get to the World Series yet. Great take, Pat. No, actually, I'm not saying they don't want to get to the World Series. I'm saying they don't want to use all their assets to try to do it right now where it doesn't look like they've got a chance to win it all. They'd rather do it in a couple years. If you look at what they did this past offseason, they're clearly building towards a couple years from now and not right now.
You
if you don't recognize that, you can do both.
You don't
it's
sign
not that
it.
You're not trying to win right now, but you also, like, it's like you play poker, right? Like, you might have a good hand, but you might not go all in because you don't have a great hand. And you might wait until you have a great hand to go all in.
I think the great hand is emerging right now. They clearly want to try to win now. They don't make the Nick Martinez signing, and they don't have the biggest payroll of in the history of the Rays without trying to win or at least do something successful now. No organization, I would hope no organization, is going, well, we're not trying to win now.
That's not it. It's not about we're not trying to win now. It's about, are we willing to give up assets right now, or would we rather do it in a couple years? And if you put them on Truth Serum, if you look at what they're doing, it's clear that they're building towards 2029 more than 2026. That's true.
You asked why this year is different. You have to wait for the year to emerge or to take place to go, what should I do? And if the Rays pitching can hold up and they can stay healthy, this is a incredible pitching staff and pitching effort that we've seen the last couple of weeks for this team. So that on top of, if the American League continues to be, my favorite term, muddled in mediocrity.
It is your favorite.
I'll compare it to this year in basketball, what's happening in the NBA right now in the East. Pistons almost got bounced. They're still in it and look good. The Celtics got bounced. So the Knicks, who personally I don't think are the best team in the NBA.
You just told me they have no chance.
They have a chance to get through the East. And then it's like, all right, let's see what happens in the World Series in the NBA final. It's the same thing in baseball. You're probably going to have to face the Dodgers. The Braves look damn good right now, too. You're going to have to face a tough opponent when you get to the World Series. But the American League doesn't look challenging right now. Things will change. And the best team in the American League, the Yankees, got swept by the Rays.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Listen, I love what they're doing. I still don't believe that they're all in on this year as much as they are all in on the future. And I think the evidence has shown that.
We've got some big things happening. We mentioned Yandy Diaz's career 1,000 hit. We'll get into the top headlines from yesterday with Sam Cohen. That's coming up next. But if you're looking to buy new windows, don't wait for hurricane season to start, which it's starting in a couple weeks. So get your free quote today from Reese Windows and Doors. It's really easy. And at Reese, they've been installing windows for over 50 years. And Reese Impact Windows, they come with a lifetime guarantee that transfers when you sell. That's really important. And most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Installation is included. Reese Windows and Doors. Reach out to them for a free quote today. REECE Windows.com. That's ReeseWindows.com.
More Tampa Bay sports talk with